You by Rubenstein Law. Injured? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
It's just a poor decision. I mean, you're going to have 4 defenders for the Cowboys on that side of the field.
Sports provides all the emotions.
You know, it was an old-fashioned kicking.
Some losses leave you speechless.
Oh, man. That was fun. Oh, no.
Some losses leave you angry.
A waste of a day and a trip.
It's as ugly as it gets. You don't get no uglier than this.
It's gut check time in Jacksonville.
We can't let it carry over.
We're going to brush off and get back out there next week.
The search for answers right now on Jaguars All Access.
This is Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. It's time to step up to luxury. Fields matters because you matter.
If it was just as simple as this or this or this, you know, it would be easy. We would make those decisions and move on.
You can probably point the fingers in 50 different directions after Sunday. It all went wrong for the Jacksonville Jaguars in a 40-7 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. But it's Monday, and they got another one coming up next week. So we're going to have these folks get loud and proud and Mellow Mushroom here in Avondale and live on CBS 47 for Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Brent Martineau along with Jeff Lageman. We'll be joined by Yannick Ngakoue and Calais Campbell in just a moment. Take a breath, hit the panic button. Well, 3-3 says the standing. What do you think?
Well, you brought up something that's interesting. You said the finger pointing, and I think that's something I have to be very careful with, because when you start pointing one finger out somewhere else, typically a couple of them are pointing back at you. So this is a football team that I think has some responsibility in all 3 phases of the football game to get better at, and I think that they will.
Well, here's the good news. Tied atop the standings in the AFC South. It's all about winning the AFC South. Despite the loss, the Titans 3-3. The Texans have won 3 in a row. We're going to talk about Houston coming to town, but they're 3-3. So the Jags play 2 bad football games and are still tied atop the standings.
Well, and something to think about here, Tennessee has lost the last 2. The Jaguars have lost the last 2. And Houston has won their last 3. So the dynamics of the division is very different, and certainly the Jaguars are going to have a hot Houston team that we'll get to more later on in the show.
All right, welcome in Yannick Ngakoue, welcome in Calais Campbell here at Mellow Mushroom in Avondale. Hey, listen, first of all, a little hat tip to these guys. Calais joins us every week, but the defense didn't play that well, and Yannick Ngakoue joined us anyway on the show, so we appreciate you coming on
here. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Got to tell the fans maybe what went wrong, what can be fixed. We talked to you in the locker room yesterday. It might have been the most angry I've seen you yet. How you doing today, and why were you so mad?
Well, I mean, I hate losing more than I like to win. You know, I love winning, but I really, really hate losing. And that one, especially that way, you know, when we got beat up, you know, all the way across the ball, you know, both sides of the ball, you know, special teams, everything. I mean, it was an old-fashioned butt whipping. But the beauty of it is it's just week 6, you know, and we brush yourself off, you know, when we move on. And, you know, I'm proud of my guys from the way we fought, even though we were getting beat down. You know, I mean, I just seen guys that didn't quit, you know, and it was ugly. And it looks like from the score that we might have, but we didn't. Watching tape, guys kept fighting, and I'm proud of that. And I know that we're resilient, and we're going to be just fine.
It's always interesting the day after a game when you watch a tape, you know, when you win, you're like, you know what, we really weren't as good as we thought. And, yeah, and when you watch a game like that, you go, there's some things that probably we weren't as bad as we thought, but they're fixable things.
Yeah, absolutely. When you watch the film, you always got to go back and just look. Sometimes after a tough loss like that, you're like, man, we just got our butts handed to us. But at the end of the day, you got to just go back and watch the film, and you can see it's certain parts that we just got to fix and clean up, but it's still some bright spots that we seen on film that we got to be happy about, and we can bring that into the next week.
So before the game, I'm watching kind of the, I guess you could say, the ambiance of Cowboy Stadium, and it's very different. Jerry Jones is on the field, and all these things are happening, and all of a sudden I look down on the field, and there's the famous UFC fighter, Conor McGregor, and creating quite a stir on the field in Cowboys land. And your head coach talked about, hey, look, don't let the field and the stadium become a distraction going into this ball game. Did you guys even notice that he was on the field?
No, and we won't use that as an excuse. They came to play way better than we did, you know. But it was, I mean, you know, that's the Cowboys' land. They do a lot of things to try to distract you, but at the end of the day, you know, we got to be able to win that ball game.
He might be able to fight, he might be able to talk, but he can't throw.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. That was pretty
bad, wasn't it?
Pretty bad, yeah. I didn't like that.
Yeah, he needs to stick with fighting and not throwing a football, I can tell you that.
Absolutely.
All right, well, how much fight will this team have? We have to go back to yesterday, and we check out our game-changing moments, and they were heavily favored in the Cowboys' direction.
This is the Baptist Game-Changing Moments.
All right, Jeff, here we go. 12 men on the field when the Jags had got off the field.
Well, this is special teams. You can't have 12 men on the field. The drive was stopped. It was 4th and 2. Your offense is out on the field, but because of the penalty, it moves the chains for the Dallas Cowboys. And as a defense, they're like, wait a minute, what's going on? But you guys are kind of partly responsible as well, because special teams are made up of defensive players, and this was a defense-stay situation.
Yeah, without a doubt. And really what happened is a guy was hurt for a second and then was healthy, and it was just miscommunication. And those are things that can't happen. But at the end of the day, we see it happen, we got to call timeout because that's 4th and 2. We can't give a first down there. But, hey, it is what it is. Something to learn from. Definitely a lot of moments to learn from in this game. So
Baptist Health game-changing moment number 2, and Cole Beasley had himself a day along with Dak Prescott. 9 catches, over 100 yards.
No, and he's a good football player, and Yannick, the media in Dallas has been beaten up, the Dallas Cowboy wide receivers, and Cole Beasley's a good football player. He ended up over 100 yards receiving. A little bit of an issue there on communication. Once again, he was pretty much wide open. But give him credit. He's a good football player, and he shook some man coverage against good players.
Yeah, he's definitely a good football player, but this is one of the things we have to clean up. And right here, we got guys that's just out of place and missed coverage, and that's things we just need to clean up. Basic football 101.
Baptist Health game-changing moment number 1, and Dak Prescott was pretty good through the air and with his legs, Jeff.
Well, Jerry Jones had talked about in the weeks leading up to this game, and obviously wasn't about specifically for this game, but he needs to do more with his legs, and went into the end zone here. And guys, to be perfectly honest with you, that is an easy fix. You just got to get off of a block. I mean, he's a good football player, but he's certainly not Emmitt Smith of the Dallas Cowboys of old.
Yeah, that's easy fix. It's just communication. We do our job, and those are easy fixes. And you see time and time again in this game, it was plays that we didn't take care of that were easy fixes. And when we do that, it'll be really tough to beat us.
We've been mentioning Jags come home to play Houston. Really just one home game here in Jacksonville in a 6-week stretch. So it'll be a big one on Sunday. Very important division game against the Texans. This Houston game presented by Hanania. And hopefully the bank will be rocking. These guys will need a little help, and that Houston team is hot right now, 3 wins in a row. But let's go back to this game, because stopping the run is very important, Jeff. And Ezekiel Elliott didn't do too much in the first half, but he put an exclamation point on that game, didn't he?
Well, and I think he did somewhat, because you guys know this very well. Ezekiel Elliott is arguably the best running back in the league. And whether he is having a productive day, which I think from the onset he wasn't very productive, but the respect that you have to give him, I think allowed Dak Prescott to have one of his best days that he's had in quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're facing the back of that dynamic, you just have to make sure that you're fitting gaps, everybody from the front end to the back end. We did a pretty good job of just containing his game. And like you said, Dak had a pretty good game.
Yeah, and then how much does Dak Prescott feed off that, being able to use Zeke Elliott as a decoy and use his legs to get outside the pocket? He was able to do that on Sunday.
Yeah, the whole playbook opened up. They were able to do a lot of things, and it all starts with Ezekiel Elliott. He was able to fall forward for those 3 and 4 yards, and it really made a big difference in the play-action game and the boot game.
You got to give credit to the Cowboys' offensive line. That's a good group. They've got a couple guys who are perennial Pro Bowlers and all pros, and they did a pretty good job for the most part, obviously, with the score is what it was against you guys. Heck, Zach Martin at guard, Tyron Smith, who you had some great battles with, Lyle Collins at right tackle. Those are good football players. Great challenge for you guys in this game.
Absolutely, and like my big bro always told me, Calais, in situations like that, when you're going against a caliber offensive line like that, you got to bring your best game each and every rep. And we talked about it before the game that we got to bring our best rep each and every play, and that's a real good O-line.
That's one thing about these 2 weeks. Kansas City and Dallas, both very good offensive lines. Not sure Houston will bring that to Jacksonville in terms of their front. Let's talk about the Jags offense real quick. What the Cowboys did. Can the Jags steal that playbook a little bit in terms of using Blake's mobility outside the pocket a bit more?
Well, I think the difference is that the Cowboys had a good ground attack and a dependable running back. I don't think there's a workhorse in the National Football League like Ezekiel Elliott. Now, what's the status of Leonard Fournette's health going to be? I don't know. But offensively, you would like to see more production early. As defensive players, I know that's not really an area that you want to comment on because it's not your side of the ball. But as a team, you just have to start faster overall, faster on defense, faster on offense, because when you have a positive start, you guys this year have been a good football team.
Yeah, it seems like right now that when we get a lead, we play better. But when we get down, that's what we have to get better at. Be able to figure out how to, when we're down, be able to fight back in games and win.
Well, the Jags haven't scored a first-half point in the last 2 weeks, so that's certainly a problem right now for this football team. When we come back, Jeff goes to the film room, and we talk more about Yannick's day. He was really good on a bad defensive day for the Jags. Number 91 played a heck of a football game. We'll talk more about that coming up next.
You can step up to luxury now.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Whatever you're driving, you can step up to luxury now at Fields Cadillac Jacksonville and Fields Cadillac St. Augustine.
And now at Fields Cadillac, buy the first ever 2019 Cadillac XT4 crossover starting at $35,790.
We purchased 7 vehicles from Fields Cadillac. Can't go wrong.
Fields Cadillac Jacksonville and Fields Cadillac St. Augustine. See Fields first at fieldscadillac.com.
Check this out. There it is. The day you became a business owner. You learned pretty quickly that when it's your name on the door, you have to make the decisions. And at some point you realize that your competitors might be doing a better job at finding new customers. Well, at web.com, we're here to help your small business market like a bigger business. Call 800-862-8704 now and receive a free online marketing review from web.com.
2017 began the year, my central nervous system was shutting down on me. I just kept on trying to fight through it. They knew there was something wrong and just no one could tell me what it was. It was until I was at Baptist MD Anderson and that's where I found my diagnosis and, the search was finally over. I was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. There's no stage 5. Baptist MD Anderson went outside the box to treat me aggressively. I'm here today solely for that reason. I can't be more grateful or thankful enough.
Jaguars fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and Jaguars players you love. Shop the most trusted brands, exclusive designs by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars. Join Fanatics Rewards today and earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and save 20% with promo code JAGS. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
When things go wrong and you're in unfamiliar territory, you need a team of attorneys who've got your back, are dedicated to outmaneuvering and outplaying the competition, who know the terrain and will go anywhere they're needed to defend your rights.
I'm Eddie Farah. I'm Chuck Farah. We've been protecting you and your family since 1979.
Jaguars All Access is presented by Fields Auto Group. It's time to step up to luxury. Go to fieldsauto.com. Fields matters because you matter.
I know I'm bigger than the kicker. Sadly not. What? Stop playing with me.
D.D. Westbrook scored the lone touchdown for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This was a good drive, just not enough of it. Good throw, good catch by D.D. Westbrook. Jaguars offense has to get going. More of D.D. Westbrook on the mic and more of what happened in Dallas Wednesday night. We call it Jags Wired, 7:30 on Fox 30. Jags Wired Wednesday night. Welcome back live to Mellow Mushroom here in Avondale. And the Jags fans ready to get rolling for a Sunday game against the Houston Texans. After you lick the wounds a little bit, 3-3, still tied atop the AFC South in first place. Brent Martineau, Jeff Lageman, Yannick Ngakoue, Calais Campbell. He had a pretty good, it's hard to say, right, when you play pretty well and the whole unit doesn't play that great.
It's hard to say, but I'll say it. I think it was your best game this year. I mean, you had 2 sacks. You're going against 2 all-pro type of players, and you got production. You got to feel good about that anyway.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. I was just talking to a lot of guys, and people was consistently asking me, what's going on? You're not getting sacks, and, they come in bunches. And me and Calais, we talk all the time about that. They come in bunches, and you can't press it. You just got to keep playing the game, and they'll come.
Calais, how much of an instinctual play is that? A film room play, those runs off the edge where he's able to get Dak Prescott and not fall for the fake to Ezekiel Elliott? Is that a tough play or what?
Well, on the play action,
yeah.
I mean, so we have rules, you know, and we have to play those rules. But at the same time, you have to use your instincts. And you know, this guy right here, he has incredible instincts, and he can see that line, and he sees it faster than anybody I've been around. So it's very impressive.
All right, so I'm going to expand you on that a little bit, okay? Because I tweeted that play out today, your sack on the bootleg.
Okay.
And on that play, you talk about instincts, and I talk about gifts, okay? And there's very few guys in the National Football League that can play the run responsibility and plant his foot in the ground and make a turn at 100 miles an hour like a car on rails and make the sack like that. He's got some talent.
He's special, you know. I mean, and he's just getting started. You know, he's 23 years old, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now.
You know, I watch every play.
Yeah, I already know you.
Every single play. He knows it. I watch every play.
You didn't have that?
I didn't.
You couldn't put that foot in the ground and turn on rails?
In fact, I was asked that question, could you have made that play? I said, I would have been chasing him down, waving hands at him, trying to scare him into throwing the football. I would have had no chance of making that play. It was a great play.
I appreciate that.
That's really good stuff. More sacks for Yannick Ngakoue.
Well, and we certainly had plenty of time to watch the film, and today's opportunity, the Jaguars had many opportunities to get off of the field on third downs, and there was scoring on 4 drives by the Cowboys offense, and the Jaguars had third down opportunities they just didn't capitalize on. Let's jump into the film room and take a look at these opportunities that were missed.
This is the Baptist Film Room.
Second scoring drive. This is a 3rd and 5, and A.J. Boye is in the slot man-to-man against Beasley. Outstanding wide receiver that's very shifty, and so they're going to double him and buzz Miles Jack underneath of him. But you can see that Miles Jack settles like he's in his zone. He's got to stick with Beasley to help out A.J. Boye. That's why A.J. is playing over the top. And you can see the reaction of Telvin at the top. He's looking at Miles going, what are you doing over here? The third scoring possession for the Cowboys. This is a 3rd and 11 and a levels route. And I'm going to pause it right here. You can see 3 levels. Allen Hurns running deep, Beasley in the middle, and then a short guy underneath. You're expecting the safety to Sean Gibson to cut to Beasley, the wide receiver, because Jalen Ramsey is running off with the deep route, and Tyler Patman can't play both the shallow route and the intermediate route. Sean Gibson needs to be there. And let me add this. Too much time in the pocket for Dak Prescott. The pressure has to affect this play. And here is the 4th possession, a 3rd and 7 on the 9-yard line. And they rush 2 and drop 9. I've never seen this. I've seen where they rush 3 and drop 8. Now let's see if it's effective. You can see that clearly it makes Dak Prescott pull the ball back down, but the rush is non-existent because it's 5 good offensive linemen against 2. Now scramble rules come into play. You can see that Beasley executes it to perfection. Dak Prescott has time to execute the scramble rules. I don't like this play call in this area. One of the reasons why I don't like that play call, that's not the play call. There's supposed to be a 3-man rush and 8 guys dropping. Communication issues becomes a problem for the Jaguars on defense. And for you guys, all right, going forward, okay, a lot of times when a team has 2 losses consecutively and you give up points like that, they start to call players-only meetings and they start to hit the panic button, freaking out. What do you guys do as leaders on this football team? Because I've watched you guys, I pay attention. You guys are leaders on this football team. How do you handle it?
Yeah, I believe it's just having a sense of urgency and being more focused at practice, you know. And we have good practices, but can we be more focused? Without a doubt. And can we have a better sense of urgency? You know, I just want to bring that to the practice field. I know it's going to carry over to the game. You know, at the end of the day, it just comes down to hard work. You know, and we work hard, but can we work harder? You know, can we be more focused? And I believe we can. I believe we will. Defensively, you guys run, I don't want to say it's a simple system, but it's a very solid system. And I hear Doug Marrone and people talking about communication issues. Well, communication issues a lot of times mean do your job. And to ensure that the communication issues are solid, guys just need to do their job.
Absolutely. You have to hold yourself accountable doing your job. The man next to you has to know that you're gonna be in the right fit in each and every play. And the number one thing is you cannot point the finger at nobody. You can't point the finger. When you point the finger at people, that's when you start the breakup and the split up of a team. So you just got to stick together.
Yeah, the old saying is when you're in a neighborhood, clean your own yard first and then worry about the neighborhood. Exactly. More with these 2 guys in a moment here on Jaguars All Access.
Attention Jaguars fans, Ashley Home Store is where you'll find the perfect Tempur-Pedic mattress to power your life. As the #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer in America and the official furniture and mattress store of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Ashley Home Store is now offering Jaguars fans special pricing and 72 months no-interest financing. Just tell them the Jaguars sent you. Plus, a portion of every mattress sold helps provide free beds to local children in need. Shop for Tempur-Pedic at Ashley Home Store today and go Jaguars.
After a major storm, you can count on JEA to safely restore power as quickly as possible, beginning with critical infrastructure, hospitals, shelters, and police and fire stations. Next, we put all of our resources into restoring power to neighborhoods and businesses. And we won't stop until every customer's outage is resolved. Because when the community you serve is home, there's more than power on the line. Learn more at JEA.com.
Little moments, big milestones. At TIAA Bank, we know the path to a lifetime of success includes some pretty meaningful stops along the way. That's why we focus on serving our clients and communities to deliver results that exceed expectations and help our clients achieve success. So while you're out there making the most of every moment, we'll be here making sure your money does too.
It's a place where time slows down. It's where our heroes return. And it's where the heart is. Dreamfinders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle.
You want to bring the heat? Prove it. With carbs to help fuel muscles. And electrolytes to help replace what you lose in sweat. Study, tested, proven. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Jaguars All Access is brought to you by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
Hey, welcome back to Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. I think we have an Alabama fan in the crowd here at Mellow Mushroom in Avondale. Brent Martineau along with Jeff Lageman. I noticed I wasn't invited to that players-only meeting you guys just had. I was listening in, though. Just want to let you know. Yeah.
Okay, did you learn anything?
I did.
All right, well, let's go to Calais and Yannick and see if we can learn something from them.
Yes, sir. We took to social media to ask you a couple questions, John. People want to know, what is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday has to be Christmas. You got to be crazy if Christmas is not your favorite holiday. You get gifts and you're around your family, so that's definitely my favorite holiday, Christmas.
Yeah, I have to say mine is Thanksgiving, personally, so I might be a little crazy. All right, this next one. Who was your all-time favorite pass rusher to watch?
I have a couple, but all time has to be between Lawrence Taylor and Derek Thomas. Those guys, they changed the game prolifically in my position, and that's the guys that I want to mold myself after I'm done playing this game.
Yeah, I would say Reggie White and Michael Strahan, so I feel like it fits our body type.
Fits your style, for sure.
This last one, what other sports did you play in high school?
I was just a football guy, just straight football. Actually, in my senior year, I tried to do the shot put a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually came in third place. It was like they needed an extra guy because I guess the guy was hurt. So it was only one player, and it was me, and that's what I did in high school.
Explosion, baby. Shot put's all explosion.
Yes, sir.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. You know, we were just saying, all football all the time. He is all business, isn't he?
He's a heck of a football player, and he's serious about it now.
All right, when we come back, big storylines this week. Big football game in Jacksonville, and the Houston Texans are hot. That story next here on Jaguars All Access, live on CBS 47.
You're the doers, the thinkers, and the makers, the disruptors, the innovators, the movers, a drop of this, and shapers. You're the builders, the high flyers, and the triers, the make it happen, get it done, up all-nighters. Your job is making the world work. Ours is helping you do it. Reshape work with Konica Minolta.
Jaguars fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and Jaguars players you love. Shop the most trusted brands, exclusive designs by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars. Join Fanatics Rewards today and earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and save 20% with promo code JAGS. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
You can step up to luxury now.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Whatever you're driving, you can step up to luxury now at Fields Cadillac Jacksonville and Fields Cadillac St. Augustine.
And now at Fields Cadillac, buy the first ever 2019 Cadillac XT4 crossover starting at $35,790.
We purchased 7 vehicles from Fields Cadillac. Can't go wrong.
Fields Cadillac Jacksonville and Fields Cadillac St. Augustine. See Fields first at fieldscadillac.com.
Check this out.
There it is, the day you became a business owner. You learned pretty quickly that when it's your name on the door, you have to make the decisions. And at some point you realize that your competitors might be doing a better job at finding new customers. Well, at Web.com, we're here to help your small business market like a bigger business. Call 800-862-8704 now and receive a free online marketing review from Web.com.
In the search for truth, real journalism matters now more than ever. At CBS 47 Action News Jax, our mission is clear. Follow the facts, demand answers, tell both sides, and inspire our community. That is our commitment to you. CBS 47 Action News Jax, always live at 5, 6, and 11. It's local coverage you can count on.
Now, your Gatorade headlines.
Take a look at our G-Series Prime headlines. Roster moves. Jadon Mickens goes on IR. Rashad Green now back with the Jaguars for what seemingly is like the 15th time this season. So he's on the roster yo-yo. Leonard Fournette. He was running a bit on Friday. Will he be able to play against Houston? We will watch that all week long. And the Houston Texans, again, I'll say it again, the biggest game of the month is this one. Whether Jags had won the last 2 or not, it's a division game. Yannick, it feels very much like a must-win game.
Yeah, definitely. We just got to treat this game like it's a Super Bowl. You know, AFC conference game, you got to make sure you get that win. You want to be number 1 in your division and just have that home field advantage. That's the number 1 thing we're trying to do is get to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl.
And for a big game like this, which are all big games, you want to feel your best. How's your ribs doing? Got a little chip? Got a little chip yesterday?
Yeah, I'm tough. I can handle it. I'm ready.
We've got it on film here. Ezekiel Elliott got a little bit of a rib sandwich on you there.
To make it worse, he actually apologized to me. Made it way worse, man.
I was going to ask you that. So did he after the play or after the game?
Nah, like the next series. Next series, he came and apologized to me. It was just a sign of respect, but it is insult to injury. It's still illegal play. He didn't do anything wrong.
That's nothing new for these guys. You guys are used to seeing that. When you guys are rushing the passer well, that's part of the game.
It's definitely part of the game. When you got a great pass rusher like that, you got to figure out a way to stop him. You got to put 2 on 1.
Well, don't do it to me. I'm not used to it, all right? I don't want to be chipped in the ribs. All right, we'll see everybody on Sunday at TIAA Bank Field. Time to get back on the winning track. Time to make some noise again here at Mellow Mushroom in Avondale. Thanks for joining us live on CBS 47. Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group.
Look out, there's a tree down, rocks on your right. Oh no, mind the ditch. Bubba, you and the RAV4 are out of the woods. Ah, see what we did there? The silence is awkward.
4 cameras working in perfect harmony. Lease a 2018 RAV4 XLE for $219 a month for 36 months plus $500 bonus cash. Toyota, let's go places.
In a perfect